Hey everyone. All right, so I found this one while I was out and about. Hit the discount bins again. $3 to replace Jet Get Born. Yeah, this was one of those ones I lost in the legendary divorce. Not that legendary, you just, lost some of my good albums. That's what happens when you have kids and you got an ex-wife. Sometimes you just lose your albums. All right. What's interesting is I honestly have not listened to this album probably at this point. It's been over 10 years because I haven't listened to it since the divorce. And most of the songs on this album I remember. There's a few that, just really kind of like, wow, I don't remember this one at all. But the vast majority of them, like, this was a pretty solid album, man. Like, let's just get right into this. The album opens up with Last Chance, which I didn't remember at all. But man, it fires up the album really well. Gets it rocking, gets it going. It's kind of like that first song you play at the concert, sets up everything, gets it going, but you want to get the hell out of the way right away. That's kind of how I feel about Last Chance. I'm really surprised I did not remember this one at all. Then we hit Are You Gonna Be My Girl? Okay, come on, like, how could I not remember this one, right? This one was being played everywhere. What was this, 2000 and something? Oh, I don't have the date on this one. Not written on the back here. But you could use it in a computer with Windows 95, which was recommended. If you were on a Mac, you had to have 7.6 or greater to play the CD. I have to try that out and see what happens when I get home. I didn't even think about that. Display recommended at 640 by 480. But yet I don't know what year. Okay, so moving on. I remember when Are You Gonna Be My Girl came out. It was all over the place, man. And then that goes into the next tune, Rollover DJ, which also was played all over the place. Now, I remember a whole singles on here. Rollover DJ, I think, was the one that I was the least into. Look What You've Done. This song, I love this song. This song, to me, is like a Lost Beatles track, man. Like, it's got a total vibe, sound, and energy to it of a Lost Beatles track. It's just fantastic. Mellower tune too, like everything else up until this point has been pretty upbeat and whatnot. This brings it down a little bit, mellows it out. Then you're going to Get What You Need, which brings it back up a little bit in pace. I only somewhat remember that one. And track 6, Move On, I didn't remember at all. It was pretty mellow. Radio Song I remembered, but not for good reasons. The problem with this album, my biggest complaint about this album is the pacing. I think this album would be too jagged if it did, high pace, slow, but it kind of, like, when you get into the middle of the album, it feels like it kind of dies down. Like, when you get to, 4 is slow, 5 not really, but 6 and 7 are both slower. So it really just kind of slows the album down, brings it down a bit. Radio Song wasn't a bad tune either. It was okay. Get Me Out of Here is another one that I did not remember at all listening to this album. Wow, really? Okay. Then we get to the mega single, Cold Hard Bitch. I still love this song. Such a great song, man. Cold Hard Bitch. Great line, man. Come Around Again, another one I did not remember. Take It or Leave It, also I did not remember. And then you go into Lazy Gun. I love Lazy Gun, man. Oh my God, Lazy Gun is such a good tune. And here's where I have some issues. Lazy Gun is a slower number, but it's not slower like the rest of the tracks are slower. It's just a more laid back, kind of lazy kind of vibe to it. The album finishes off with a song called Timothy, which there really isn't a better spot to put it on the album. But as the closing track, it just, when Lazy Gun could have and should have been the last track, I feel like Timothy's the wrong last track. The problem is Timothy is so mellow and so much heartfelt tribute that it feels like putting it at the end of the album is the most perfect spot, or you would definitely end up burying it in the mix. Because the only other spot in the album you really could have put it would have been somewhere around track 6 or 7, but you've already slowed down the album immensely at that point. So that's why I say this album has a real problem with pacing. Every song, for the most part, every song is either too fast, or every song is not too fast, but every song is really upbeat, or every song is really mellow. There's not enough in the middle, so you can get kind of, you get jagged peaks as opposed to nice waves. That's the nice way, the best way I can put it. However, I paid $3 for this album to replace it. I don't mind. I would have paid the full amount possibly, or waited for an anniversary edition to come out or something, and then spend extra money on it. The whole way around, though, man, for $3, definitely worth picking up. I'd pay up to $10 for a used copy, to be fair. It's a really good album. Even the songs I'm downplaying, saying I didn't remember them, they're just really good album cuts. Like, this album used to sit in my CD player for months at a time. That being said, I had a 25 disc CD player. So as I'd get new CDs, the new CDs would go in one side, the older CDs would come out the other side, kind of thing, right? And this one would go in and out of the CD player for years, just because it's a really good rock album, It's a shame that the band kind of disappeared the way they did. I should really look into that, see what happened with them, because I really don't know. I remember there was all this hubbub around them, and they're kind of like Wolfmother that way, like all this monstrous hubbub around them, and then they just kind of gone, It's a shame. Let's see, did I get a year yet in here? Man, I still don't have a year. 2003, there we go. 23 years old, man. This album's 23 years old. That means Jet is almost eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Think about that for a minute. I don't have much else to add to this one. Yeah, if you don't own this one already, see if you can go find a used copy somewhere. Pick it up. It's good. If you have to buy a new copy, man. Realistically, Are You Gonna Be My Girl? Fantastic tune. Roll Over DJ. Well, I said it was my least favorite of the singles. It's still a really good tune. Look What You've Done. I think it's a beautiful song, man. Absolutely think it's a beautiful song. Get What You Need is a good tune. Radio Song's a good tune. Cold Hard Bitch is just absolutely stellar. Lazy Gun is amazing. And Timothy is just such emotionally fueled love, Just fantastic tunes. Fantastic tunes. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling because that's what I'm doing now. I'm rambling. Jet, Born Again. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. That's what the comments are for. On your way down there, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications, please and thank you. There's a couple links that are worth checking out. Also, peace, love, take care.